sometimes that's just not a body reference, that's just porn. Like, it's fine. I didn't think you could do that on here.
Alright. I think we're golden, honey boy.
Yo, stay gold. Stay gold. What time is it? Almost
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Cool.
Alright, looks like the internet isn't fine.
We made it. We made the internet. I need backup a piece.
Yeah, what was going on?
We'll use the rest of this to practice. We can look at that picture. So, warm up. It's all about
Getting better, they despise. Leave you an empty hole.
getting my arm loosened up, baby.
What happens next?
Mom, I'm a real draftsman. Draftsman.
Oh, did I tell you I finished Blue Lock too?
Hell yeah.
It
What'd you
wasn't actually exceptional.
right?
I was like, didn't know what I was expecting from soccer game, but
Yep.
pretty sick.
Soccer Squid Game is a good way to. I guess that's the hook. But yeah, it's phenomenal. Did you watched it dubbed or subbed?
I like can only watch anime subs.
That's fine.
I just like feel like anytime I've heard the dubs have gotten better, but anytime I actually like watch it,
Yeah.
I feel like it takes me out of it a little bit, and it's hard not to like. It just feels like it's not right.
Yeah, I understand. I watched half of Blue Lock dubbed, and then I watched the rest subtitled because I caught up. The last two episodes when they go up against the foreign players and they suddenly start speaking English. I had already read that part and I completely forgot. So when it was happening, I started to hear. I was so used to hearing Japanese that when English started speaking, I was like, "What the fuck is going?" Like I looked at my monitor, like, "What is happening?" Like my brain, yeah, I couldn't figure out. Like my brain like fell apart all of a sudden. Like, okay, I understand. I understand how people feel when they're in a place and they don't understand shape of this, but it's kind of like, so you'll see the character. So this character is kind of like a god. I think it is a god, right? Is what we determined. You're helping me write it. God of what? Carrion? I think because the idea was like the main character is like a a descendant. The basic layout of the story is guy is descendant from an age-old necromancer. Magic in like normal human society kind of grew up parallel, and human society just kind of like overtook and kind of oppressed the magic and just like, listen, it's cool that you do this shit, but you just got to keep it down, right? So like discouraging people from, I don't know, being themselves and their magic and shit like that. So his whole family is like, listen, you know, great grand ancestor necromancer, we don't screw with that. I know it's in your blood and everything, but like maybe don't do that. And this came out of a conversation my wife and I had when I asked her one night if there was an ethical way to practice necromancy.
That's incredible.
Yeah, which became the idea for our main character's name, Blanc. Blanc's Guide to Ethical Necromancy, and a lot of it will. There's some inspiration going on in there, but it's so he has a staff, and it's a skull from his pet crow that died. That was his parents, was his dad's, and his dad passed away. So it was kind of the last thing he had. So his crow died, and then his sister, not a necromancer, doesn't practice that, but into, what is that called? Taxidermy? Basically took the pet, taxidermied for it, and cleaned up the skull and everything. And then the skull basically became a gateway into him discovering all of that. So the skull is a link to whatever I'm drawing right now. And the skull's named Dimitri. So effectively, we have named the god Dimitri, because it just seemed like a fun little name at the time. So the idea is, I have references of biblical angels. So this is where the concept came from, where you have like all these crazy wings and eyes. So I'm kind of gonna have something like that, but it will be crow wings. And then, played any Dark Souls or anything like that, where you just have a boss that's an amalgamation of bits and pieces. So just a bunch of those is what, yeah. So it's gonna be me trying to go wild.
Yeah, how long have you been cooking on this?
We've been talking about comic for a year,
Probably.
kicking around ideas, and I've
Yeah.
done small doodles here and there. I thought about doing like just like 4-panel conversations between between Blanc and one of his best friends, and just kind of leading that. And then we actually started to write. I think we story mapped out the first 18 pages, essentially what we have, where it will go, and realized like, oh, this is gonna be more serious. But I'd still want to do those small ones, so we're starting small and we're expanding. So right now I'm in the phase of drawing the characters and figuring out everything. And so this whole week I was like, man, I kind of want to figure out what Dimitri would look like for that big reveal. So spoilers, but obviously it's not set in stone, and this is just, you know, pitching. But that was the idea, to have this like mass of wings and gore. I guess it would be considered gore.
So I guess like a huge gore fan. Like, dude, speaking of gore, actually, holy shit, you seen the movie with the
Yes. Yes.
the one before was so good.
Yes. I want to say it's underrated, but I feel like a lot of people know it was really good.
I just like I mean, movie like set aside like the effects of everything that happened.
Oh my god, the physical effects. Just incredible.
Just like oh yeah, I always envision like I can't remember I have to watch it again, but like when she like sawed into her collar,
The tongue.
I almost thought it was like a turkey cutter at first, but I think it was like some kind of saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, those movies just like allow me to feel something. Someone that's like focused to you.
Yeah, it's They just do such a good. It's such a good job with the practical effect, and I'm very happy because it looks like they're just carrying on that tradition. The actress playing from the trailer, playing the mom, I think is what.
And that she was like the same. That was the same actress from the. She looked familiar. Is it the same actress from the previous one? I like think it might be.
Is it? We got Google.
No, she's not. Gosh, she looks so familiar. It's not. Plots, but they look similar now. Looking at them side by side, there's definitely differences.
Yeah. I see what you're saying though. They're both. I mean,
Damn it! That would have been so much cooler for Twilight.
both redheads, right? Yeah. But yeah, that looks incredible. I'm very excited for that.
And fucking Bo's Afraid's coming out.
Yep.
I heard Ari had full creative control.
Which is what I want to see a movie of his for.
That is true. It is 3 hours though. That's just tough.
That's
3 hours is tough.
3 hours is tough, right? I don't know if I would have been like we watched Hereditary and we watched Midsummer first, loved Midsummer, and then we went back and watched Hereditary because we had missed it the first time around. And I don't know if I could have. It was really nice being home when the scene happened. Spoilers.
Do you wish you got clipped?
Yeah, because we were able to press pause and get up and do stuff and process what had happened. And if you were in the theater, you would just kind of feel like I can't go anywhere. Like, oof, that clipping, that was
It's been a while, but like didn't like he just like leave her in the car.
Yep, just left the body.
He like didn't accept it. He was just like that didn't happen.
Yep, that didn't happen. He's just like, yeah, we're not doing that.
I was kind of happy though. I know some people have mixed on it because it is more of like a slipper to like pretty much like the final scene. It's wild,
Yeah.
but it like builds up intensity. the
Yeah,
whole
my
time.
phone.
Yeah.
I need to turn on my hotspot. My hotspot.
Oh, I got Wi-Fi too.
You got Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, luckily, like, everyone that works in this building is not very familiar with tech, so they would change the default username and password for the router login. That's pretty excited about.
I love that.
But yeah, it's... Oh, hey!
I just stopped by to say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, I'm Michael. Did we meet?
We've met a few times, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I got one of those
This is Sarah,
faces.
too.
Yes,
It's
hello.
it's my wife.
Nice to meet you.
It's my wife.
Yeah, look at all this shenanigans that are set up here.
Yeah, it's definitely busier in here than the last time I visited.
Yeah, but that little kit that my dad gave it handy.
Yeah,
Like
this
that
is
little pole
cool.
mount, and then I mounted the camera up top there.
Excellent.
This is real cool. Hmm.
Sturdy is a ceiling in here.
I mean, it's drop ceiling, so not.
Okay,
We can climb on it.
sure. Well, look, I was just an oldie because I wanted some mini things. They have hanging chairs for $29 right now.
Wait, how did you get in?
The door's dropped over. There's a brick.
Are the sign people there? Or the...
There was a lady that
Okay,
said hello,
alright,
and I was
cool.
like, hello, and then I just kept on moving.
Alright, cool. I just want to make sure. I was like, how did you get inside?
Oh,
I
was
like
it locked
overthought that
normally?
entirely.
I have magic powers. Who's our supporting artist? Musical
It's your
artist.
pal.
Oh, Morgan's band?
That's why I asked.
Shit! I'm gonna have to text him.
That's why I asked.
Your band's on. Did you tell him his band is on tonight?
I tagged him.
Okay.
I don't know how often he checks the social media, but
I mean, he's an avid story poster, so I'd say so.
we were talking about the new Evil Dead that you probably won't go see with me.
Oh god, is that the one with the throat in the glass? Like she swallows it like, Mommy's not here anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually exactly what happened.
That's pretty spot on.
You know, we don't have to see it now. We got the movie.
Listen, I just don't like scary movies because I take pride in my sleep.
Fair.
And I don't like to have nightmares. I had a nightmare the other night that everybody was a zombie, and I was trying to run from them, and it was unsettling.
Was it slow zombies or 28 Days Later zombies?
Good question.
Oh, I think they were moderately apt for
They were
either.
trying, like rounding the bases
They
on
were
home
just like-
run.
We're gonna catch up.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you.
If I dance, do I get away?
I just feel like if it's walking zombies, it's just like not that big of a deal. But if they're sprinting at me with no regard for human life, then that's I don't want. I'm just gonna kill myself.
Like
So-
mushroom head zombies, Last of Us zombies, you know?
Oh yeah.
It was like that.
You guys watched that, right? Last of Us.
We have not started it yet.
We will.
We are going to.
It's so good.
Shoot! I got sucked in and I didn't expect to.
Yeah, so you don't even like video
Oh,
games.
nice nails.
Thank you.
Do you get them done or do you do them yourself?
I get them done. I am not that good.
That's right. Where do you like to go?
I actually go to the lady who does my tarot readings too.
That's an amazing combination.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Good Vibes Hive in Worthington.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know she did nails,
She
but
does. She doesn't. She's not taking any new nail customers specifically.
that's right.
I've just been going to her for like.
I used to do nails, so that's why I'm always interested. Nice job. Okay,
Yeah.
nice cuticles.
Yes, I know. She always does my cuticles. I actually started taking care of them afterwards. Sorry to.
Dude, speaking of cuticles, I destroyed mine today. I didn't mean to.
Sure.
Did you see that?
I don't want to see it.
It's like
I don't want to see it. I told you. You can't do that to me. That's like horror
It was bleeding
zombie.
pretty bad too.
No. That's like my one thing. Like I'm blood, sure, but freaking ripped cuticle.
Mine is pus.
I get it.
Can't do pus.
Okay.
I get it.
And apparently bones sticking out, and that's a long story why I've seen the bones sticking out. But
Blood and
It's tough
vials.
seeing it in person.
yeah, yeah.
Like on a video, it doesn't hit the same.
No.
When you see it, it's just like
Yeah,
I shouldn't be seeing that.
yeah. This guy like straight up had like his bone was just like sticking out of his leg, and I just almost vomited on the spot. And I was like, okay, if that bothers me, good to know.
Did you let him know his leg was broken?
He knew.
Yeah,
He
okay.
was also very hopped up on painkillers, so.
I feel like when it's that serious too, like it's your past
Oh, no.
pain. You're just like in
He was
this
in the hospital.
a weird state of like bliss. Like if you break your leg that bad, there's no way I don't think you'd even feel it at that point. There's so
No.
much adrenaline. It's just
Yeah.
like
I sliced my finger open and I couldn't feel that. Now, to be fair, the blade was also very sharp. It was a scalpel blade, but I just didn't feel it. I was like, oh, that happened. I'm a little in shock. It's fine.
I remember when I broke my foot, and I remember it was apparently I cracked it beforehand, like months prior, but I did it just backpedaling playing basketball, and it just like snapped. And I was just like, ah.
For someone so clumsy, I've never broken a bone.
Samesies. I may have broken a toe once, but they don't do anything yet. They don't do anything for that. So
No,
my
they just
doctor
tell you
was,
to suck it up.
yeah, my doctor was like, you just like wrap it next to the one, the toe next to it. And I was like, okay. That's what's happening then.
Oh yeah, the whiffy, sorry.
The Wi-Fi. It's okay.
It was my fault. I distracted.
We don't have ADHD.
But it's
We don't need Wi-Fi where we're
it's
going.
my Spectrum Wi-Fi 4A, either the 5G or the 2G.
You know, I'm gonna be a fancy tech bitch and get the. No, I just need to be able to access my Pinterest.
But yeah, the password is so no caps or spaces. Yard hockey
Wha-
906.
You said My Spectrum?
Yes.
No capitals?
Yes. No caps or spaces.
Yard hockey. What was the last part?
906.
Power of Christ compels you.
Dude, also, my
There we go.
internet is fucking stable tonight, too.
Oh my god.
I was thinking about, do you remember the Louisville game where the guy broke his leg and the shin bone stuck out?
Oh, I've seen them all. I've like gone through all the YouTube compilations of crazy injuries.
I can't watch a lot of the bone breaking ones. That I should have known because there was one where the guy was skating and he falls and like his.
You've seen the you said baseball or basketball?
Basketball.
Oh yeah. Have you seen that one?
I think so. That
It's like
sounds
where
familiar.
it breaks like 3 times. His leg basically explodes on impact.
Okay, you know what my favorite YouTube videos are? The narcoleptic goats. They just run and then they just fall over.
The Westland High School mascot for the competitive pottery team. That's a word
They have
salad.
a competitive
They did.
pottery
Yeah,
team?
they did. Their competitor was the Fainting Goats. That was the mascot.
Heck
It wasn't the
yeah.
Cougars. It was the Fainting Goats.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like that.
Yeah, it was great.
There is. I'll show you.
Also, I think they may be out of TP, but there was paper towels.
That's fine. It's just a onesie.
It's above the sink paper towel dispenser.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was like just excited to see her, and I was just like, wait, how did you get inside? I guess it's not the area for keeping your door open.
Yeah.
Mainly because you'll just have literally people come in and just be like, hey, what's up? You have a few dollars.
But no, not really.
This way? Dang, you really gotta get the fan in here, babe. It's cold.
Just leave the door.
Okay.
It is. It's because I have like this continuous like pumping hot air, this computer pumping hot air.
Yep.
And
So-
there's zero circulation in here.
There's just a lot of hot air in here.
I also feel like we need to figure out some seating for guests. And also, what if we did?
I did see a foldable chair out there.
Oh, okay, hear me out. What if?
You guys want a love seat? We have a love seat we need to get rid of. When Sarah gets back in, we'll talk about
I
it.
think it would fit in here.
I don't know. But it's something. Just to consider.
That's true. I do think you could have a couch on that wall. But
No shot.
yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh?
Nah, it's gonna come out to like here.
Okay, well, nobody's walking right there. They can come in on this side.
Then it's gonna block my sweet Coleman cooler.
We'll have it forward. Or my thought is we could probably build it ourselves by just chopping 4 pieces of legs and 1 piece of like plywood or whatever. But then we could buy those square floor cushions and sit down on top. We could make like one right
Could
here.
you do like the poofs?
We can make one right here. No, they're square. I would expect to do it.
Not the seating poofs?
No,
Different squares.
not the foot poofs, the seam squares.
No, there's sitting poofs now too though.
Okay, well, or we could get a couple big beds.
I think we're... Hey, what's up?
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
I thought that you were at this event that we went to, and I waved to you, and this dude was like,
I don't know who you are.
yeah, I was like, shit.
I honestly don't really go out very much. And if I do, it's like I go to like Detroit and Chicago.
That's fair. This is like his friend's art event.
Oh no, Colin, is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was me. Because I talked to you
Yeah,
then.
was
But you weren't with him.
Yeah, I was there.
I
He was
may have been
talking,
like-
but I waved to you, and
Okay.
you were just like,
Alright,
who
that
are
was-
you?
That was me. Yeah. You did recognize me, but maybe I didn't see you. 'Cause I was talking to you.
I'm pretty sure we did talk.
Yeah.
I probably went to the restroom or something, but that was funny. I'm like, I thought that was your friend. And he's like, Bill? I'm like, your friend. Nice. You're like, yeah, now I remember this weird girl waving at me.
No, I know you weren't, for sure. But I was like,
Doesn't wave to
but
strangers.
there's like the two of you out there. Oh, maybe that's not her. It's not.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Excellent.
I'm just trying to get it.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like the same way that person that
That was embarrassing.
Okay, it was pretty
That was terrible.
Yeah, I can tell you about that. So we went to local place,
Yeah.
And like we were walking out to the patio, and this person like waved.
Is that audio?
Yes, it is actually.
Oh no! I just came here talking about fainting goats and audios.
It is recorded.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But
Congratulations.
we went to local cantina and we were walking out to the patio. Just like it was like two women and then their mom just chilling, and then like one of them waved at me. I was like, okay, but like no idea. I will never remember your name, but faces I will typically
Yeah.
always remember in some form of fashion. I was like, hi. And then we walked back, and then I of course went back inside to get the chips and salsa. And then they like waved again. And I was just like, and I stopped this time. I was like, hey, have we met before? And then like the mom like spun around and like locked dead eyes with me. And I think it was just someone that like wasn't up to full speed.
Mm.
If that's the right nomenclature. Had additional needs. And I was just like, holy shit. I feel really bad. Because I did run. It was just like, oh shit. But I just like the mom like pierced my soul. I was just like, holy shit, I'm sorry. I just wanted chips and salsa.
Just give me chips. Mr.
And I
Mohican.
didn't want to be rude to whoever this person was who we may or may not have met. I was just like, oh god.
Mr. Mohica, give me some cheese. Old bones. I know all about bones. The round ones, the white ones, the red ones. They're red bones. No?
Yeah.
In the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben and Lady Liberty.
Are you talking about that song?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
God,
like,
I got
are
you.
is it the Childish Gambino song?
Yeah.
Anatomically, no.
And
Waiting.
No. Yeah, it was not loading. It was buffering. It was like that song. Bye. We'll get there.
Come join me as we take a look at some landmarks that could disappear.
What's that little symbol around your mic stand?
this? Oh,
The Eiffel Tower.
eons ago.
Delhi.
In a different
Before time.
a tale before in a different time before John
The
BJ.
Parisian culture is certainly
Um,
one of the world's most. But besides
For
croissants,
yeah, no, I used to play
there's
as a hobby
undeniable
card games,
finds.
like a lot of card games, and
Eiffel
this card game that got me back into it. Not it's kind of like Magic, but it was an anime one for Bleach, and all of their competitions they would do were basically like, because in the anime there's like 13 squads,
given its height,
and so each regional was its own squad, and this was Columbus's that I got top 4 in, top 4 or top 8, one of those. Yeah, so that was the badge. So I just have that. So that's it. I didn't have anywhere else to put it. It was in my old bag, and I upgraded it. So I just
It's a nice little memento.
yes, and it holds the cable. So it's a twofer. It's a nice little memento. We live 1,000 different lives.
you see, when exposed to moisture or oxygen,
Yeah. So that's all.
a
That's all.
process known as oxidation happens to
So this is the idea.
during this process. Iron is converted
Like the basic premise that kept haunting my
which is
dreams.
typically
Now I draw horror stuff, so I don't
something
know if you.
commonly known as
Yeah.
rust.
I might get scared, is that what you're telling me?
I mean, it might. Yeah.
Don't worry, I can handle it.
Well, that's
I
good.
love to decode people's dreams. Have you ever looked up some of this stuff in your dreams?
I don't remember many. So I have really freaky dreams where it feels like I've lived a completely different life. Like
Oh yeah, no, he straight up just like dimension jumps in his dreams.
it feels that way, and I wake up and it's really freaky.
It's like Quantum Leap.
Yeah, it's like
Waking up
Quantum
as
Leap.
Napoleon.
Yeah.
Do you ever try to like skateboard your way or surfboard your way through these dimensions, or is it more like a stumble?
It's kind of a stumble.
Okay.
And sometimes there are people there that I'm like, I don't know why. Like, there was one where I was with somebody who, we'll just say, harmed a friend emotionally, and I was very like I'm like the first couple of like, we'll say hours, because it felt like I lived an entire day. I felt weird. Like I felt like the person in the dream, like that version of me. And then I'm like, why do I know that this person isn't just this person? I know them from somewhere else. And then I started to remember like real life stuff, like what this person did, and started connecting the dots. Like, oh, I don't like you. I know in this world we're married, but I don't like you as a person. Like, I don't like you. Like at that started to cross my mind. And then that person started to realize something was wrong. And they were kind of powerful in the dream. And then I got nervous, and then I woke up, and I was like, she was there when I woke up, and I just kind of like was like, nope, we don't have to talk about anything. Like it took me like a good solid day to like talk to her about it, because I was that freaked out. Yeah. I was like, is this gonna follow me back? Like, where was I? Yeah, it was real freaky.
He talks in his sleep sometimes.
I love that.
My favorite. Well, one time he sat straight up in bed and said, "We have to stop and ask for directions." Woke me up and then fell back asleep. And I was like, okay. But one time he had the sweetest look on his face, like he was so happy, and he goes, "I see Morpheus and Yoda." I have no idea what he's dreaming about. He does not remember, but it had to be the happiest dream ever. Like, he just looked so happy.
So I actually read, was told something. I'm not going to say it's 100% fact because
No,
I like to leave it up to chance, but somewhere the information was given to me that you don't or can't make up someone's face in a dream. You only see people that you've seen before, whether it's in a movie, on the street.
Yeah.
It's like you're not dreaming of new faces. Isn't that kind of weird?
That
Like,
is.
oh, I'm just driving, not paying attention to anybody, but you're seeing people you're scanning, and then later they pop up in your dream.
Is it needed like anyone that I've ever seen?
Yes.
That's
anyone
still
you've
like
ever
at least
seen.
an entire city population
Yeah,
for sure.
but it's still crazy to be like, there's just Mr. Potato Head people. I've seen them. I've seen them before. They exist. Which is a popular dream.
I guess
I have had a lot of zombie dreams. Usually they'll have a celebrity cameo. One time Tom Cruise sacrificed himself in a dining room for us.
Oh, very nice.
that actually seems like a Tom Cruise thing.
Is that for Scientology or?
I
is that World Cup?
I think he actually had a world compass in his dream. Like, he was like, I'm gonna use all this like martial arts I picked up over the years. Pick some zombie ass so you guys can get out of here.
When this all checks out.
That was fun. I remember all of my dreams for the most part. And I have some very vivid ones. Very fun. Sometimes they're like little scary movies in my head.
Yeah.
I don't usually have nightmares that scare me. I've had a handful of them. But usually they're just kind of fun.
Most of my weird dreams involve staircases, but the steps are so far apart that I can't get to the next one, and I'm like too afraid. But there's dreams where you fall and it feels real, and you wake up, you're just like, oh my god,
Yes.
is there an earthquake? What's happening?
I fell out of the back of my dad's truck bed in a dream. But the truck bed was like the size.
Like an XXL monster truck?
Yeah, it was like huge, and we were having a party. Like, it was big enough to have a party.
Oh.
And so we were having a party, and then I was drunk in the dream, and I fell out of the back of his truck and hit the ground. But it was like a relatively high drop. But yeah, I woke up like, boom.
Your whole body
Yeah.
just shakes.
I love those.
Yeah. It's like, oh, and then it's like the butterflies right to the roller coaster, so people many can wash off. Dreams. I love it.
Dreams are cool if I can remember them, and I'm not in a different world.
I just like sleep. I feel like dreams.
Yeah. I don't like to sleep. Yep. I only when my body absolutely needs it. It's hard for me to go to sleep.
Okay, so what time do you normally go to bed? on
It's like a span, right? It can be anywhere from like 11 to 2 in the morning, depending on where my body's at.
Chris 8:30?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
9:30 on the weekends?
No, yeah. I wish. I am jealous of her ability to get tired because it takes a lot. I don't know. My brain just wants to do things, and it feels like I'm good at not falling for advertising FOMO. Like I haven't broken that, but my brain has like a life experience FOMO, where it's like, well, if you go to sleep, you're gonna miss out on all these things you could be doing.
Yeah, you
Ooh.
should definitely do that. I should write next time.
Yeah, you really should.
You could do it like maybe just start once a month and then maybe go like, oh, I kind of like this once a week.
I don't know.
Have a little dream series.
Because sometimes I do like to remember my dreams.
Yeah.
Right?
They will eventually fade.
And whether you want to see in words or an abstract
Yeah.
or something that's still, check out. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. It's what I needed. I needed crow feet.
I did have a reoccurring dream
Sorry.
as a child.
Crow
where this
feet. Look
giant
at them
sat
crow
on my
feet.
mom and like deflated her like a cartoon. Like, she was still alive. She was like flat.
Okay.
And then Arnold Schwarzenegger and my dad beat this guy up. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger went to my mom and said, I'm going to pump you up. And then like gave her mouth himself. And it, yeah, and then it like blew her back up to a normal size. And I had this dream multiple times as a child.
That's
amazing. I can still very vividly remember it. I feel like it was the first dream where I was like, okay, that was kind of fun.
I think if my mom's watching, she's gonna know this. My recurring nightmare was my Teddy Ruxpin coming to life, and yeah, so it was in my closet, the very top next to like the opening for the attic, and that door was always closed. And I had a nightmare that it opened up and like he started to talk very slowly at me.
Yeah, you still don't like the Teddy Ruxpin.
No, I don't fuck a Teddy Ruxpin. It scared me.
You saw one at like an antique store or something, and he was like, nope.
Nope.
We're out of here.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Come here,
Mine
Teddy.
was my Fievel doll. My Fievel doll came to life and flew around my memorial.
Three.
And I also had somebody drop a bowling ball. I held Lion King poster with that. And then this guy dropped a bowling ball.
Check out Mufasa.
I hate
Yeah.
when that
All my, I
happens.
was having a tea party. Oh, my stuffed animals. And this guy came from behind and he dropped a bowling ball. And I woke up and thought it was so real. It was one of those where it jumped.
Yeah.
And I made my parents admit it because I would swear that the bowling ball bounced and went through the floor. And they were like, I swear to God, it happened.
Oh my gosh, my childhood recurring dream was terrifying. I feel like maybe I watched a little too much Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Ooh, but who who doesn't love a good Ripley's, believe it or
I
not?
did really like it. When my mom, basic
Oh.
small town mother that she is, would take us to Myrtle Beach and they had the Ripley's little thing. And I'm like, can we please go?
We used to go to that too,
Really,
yeah.
yeah.
That's again, if my mom's watching, she knows that. We go. I think there was a long time where I was fascinated and also terrified of sharks. And Myrtle Beach has a lot of those like crab leg places with just sharks everywhere. And so I lose my fucking mind. And then make my family take me.
But then that's not even what ended up attacking you.
Nope, it was a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Jellyfish tried to kill me.
They do that sometimes.
Yep.
The jellyfish, you were supposed to
Beyond
be.
it in defense.
No. Luckily there was the guy there peed on. No. No, I was out wading the waters with my dad, and then all of a sudden I felt myself get paralyzed. Like I couldn't move. And I started to go under, and then my dad looked over in the water and saw a jellyfish that was wrapped from my shoulders to my feet. It was his 5th grade. How old were we? Are we in
What?
5th
There
grade?
was a giant jellyfish?
Yeah.
Or a 5th grader sized jellyfish?
You 5th grader sized jellyfish.
You were a tiny 5th grader, to be fair. I knew
A
you,
4th
and you were
grader
tiny.
sized jellyfish?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, like a 4th grader sized jellyfish.
But
Which is
still.
a pretty big jellyfish.
That
But
is
still,
wild.
Yeah, and it was bad.
Did your life flash before your eyes?
I don't remember much because I went into shock.
Oh, that's fair.
My dad grabbed it and threw it off, and then it wrapped around him too, but he was bigger than it. And so when we got back to the hotel, I looked like Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas because I had like the scarring from neck to my toes, and he had it from his shoulder to his arm. Yeah.
Listen up, kids. Don't take any more beach vacations out there.
Yeah, jellyfish, and there's
He's out of the forest. He's also been bit by a snake.
Oh, no.
The fact that he goes anywhere outdoors with me is a miracle.
Was it poisonous or?
yep,
It was a copperhead.
it was a copperhead.
Wait, what
It was a
forest
nest.
were you in?
I was in a forest. That's the best part.
Like in the backyard or something?
The school backyard, or the playground as they call it.
A nest of copperheads in the school?
So they were doing renovations to the playground and overturned the nest. And I happened to land on one as it was awake. And I remember, the only thing I remember is having the wind knocked out of me. And then it bit me when I was like, and like,
You're already dying.
yeah, when I'm already dying, trying to breathe with tears in my
Revive your
eyes.
life.
Yeah, yeah. And then it reached in and I was like, wow.
Oh my god!
And I just remember all these kids, including my best friend Travis at the time, like, oh my god. And then,
Did somebody try to whack you in the face?
no, they just were like, oh no. And then it squirmed away after it bit me. Yeah, thank God, because it could have stayed and just actually. So because it just woke up, it wasn't ready to like produce venom, and it didn't want to. So it was like a warning bite. Here's the best part. So we get in the ambulance. We get taken to Children's Hospital. This is where me and Travis part ways, and he really wanted to go with me, and he was really worried. It was a very sweet moment, and I remember that. And I get there, and they check us in. I'm in my room. There happened to be a snake bite convention. Like a bunch of doctors who specialize in animal attacks were at residence at Nationwide Children's Hospital.
Wow.
And as soon as they found out, I had 30 people in the room, like pushing my mom and dad out of the way to look at my mouth. And they're all like, yeah, those are copperhead marks. And then I remember 30 like doctors telling me, man, you're real lucky to be alive. So being told that when 1st grade is very fun.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you're doing a great job for going out in the world.
Yeah,
and
I'm,
not above
you
it.
know, it's perfectly reasonable to have these trauma, but I'm dealing with it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't do hard candies either.
Okay.
'Cause-
We both almost choked, but yours I feel like was more of a choke.
yeah,
This life is all about skirting death.
dude, me and Death, we're intimate, I guess. We're friends.
So do you shy away from extreme sports? Extreme.
Do you-
Like, would
No.
you jump out of an airplane? Would you?
I don't think I would do that, but I did do something equally as stupid. Are you familiar with professional wrestling?
A little bit.
Yeah,
You know? Oh no, I'm not gonna share this because obviously.
Oh, that's fair. I was a pro wrestler for about 5 years. 17,
up.
yep.
What was your name?
There's a few. I eventually was Aaron Williams, and then there's another Aaron Williams that still is wrestling, and he was 2 years older than me. And when we finally met, we had this like, he's a very sweet human being, like one of the nicest people on the planet. Never swears. And he looks at me and he's like, Aaron Williams? I'm like, Aaron Williams. And I'm like, I'll change my name.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I did that. And he was like, well, what's your middle name? I'm like, William. He was like, me too. And like, he was actually trying to help me pick one out. So I was Aaron Williams, and then I went by Aaron Taylor, who my trainer took my last name, which is very sweet. And so we basically were on-screen brothers for a bit. And did tag team wrestling, did cruiserweight, which is like the light heavyweight stuff, so a lot of flips. It was really fun time. And it was at the age where a lot of videos weren't being recorded still. It was still VHS and stuff, like 2004 through 2009. And I remember like even thinking about that, my friend having an iPhone and being able to take video, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And even then it was like 30 seconds of video, right? At 160p. On YouTube, there is a full match of mine broken into 2 parts because you can only upload 5 minutes at a time. And it is the worst quality. But you can see my pale body in it. So it was fun. Hurt, but I had fun. I learned a lot.
Well, I'm glad it hurt. I'm glad it wasn't
Yeah.
just awful.
No, it's not, like, I don't want to say it's not ballet, 'cause ballet still hurts and kills people's feet. And that's the same way where people like look at it like, oh yeah, no, you're basically a stunt man and your own actor and your own publicist, your own promoter. You're basically all these jobs as one person.
I actually just learned about backyard wrestling from John Lee here. Do you have to like start out there and like work your way up?
Fun story. So it's back then. I mean, you did what you could, right? A lot of places didn't have areas to train. Like in Columbus, we got really lucky that there was a kid class, IWA kid wrestling class.
Oh no.
And it was a lot more popular a couple years prior. I think we may have been the last class to do it. And then we eventually just got roped in with the adults who were just kind, and all of us were almost 18 anyway, so it just rolled over. But yeah, you would just do it in the backyard. And I remember some of our first shows that the 3 of us would do were backyarding shows. Like the backyarders would rent our training ring, or they would rent our real ring. And so the promoter would be like, cool, well, I need someone to make sure they're not screwing it up. So if you got, I told them that they have to give you a spot on the show. Okay, cool. So we'd go and we'd do our little spot on the show, and sometimes we'd go first and do every spot imaginable. Like big spot is work code for big work, like big move, like crazy, spectacular move, right? And older wrestlers will tell you, well, you do like 2 or 3 spots in like a 5-minute match, and that way people remember that, and the rest is just you taking care of your body so you can do it longer. We were dumb 17 and 18-year-old kids. No, we did every spot we could imaginable. Not good matches, but man, it was good for like YouTube or just taking clips. So we go, and half the time we were literally stealing everyone's finishing moves because we were jackasses. Also a big no-no. What you don't want to do. Don't go on first, and you don't take other people's moves.
But how many original moves are there?
There's the fun part of wrestling. You can't bring logic into it.
Just like take someone else's move, but like blow a kiss at the end. So
Right, you make it yours, and that's it. Great artists steal.
Yeah, you gotta talk to Brecius too, the guy I had on. That's like all we did for like 2 hours was look at crazy wrestling videos on YouTube while he was painting. But like, have you seen like the video of like the grandma getting power bombed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mae Young.
I think that was my favorite one
Yep.
that I saw.
There's
Mae Young is a legend.
there is yeah.
Did you get really into it too?
She grew up watching it too.
Yes. My great grandma actually was really into wrestling. This like little old Appalachian grandma.
Oh, you know what?
Little Appalachian mama. She was like, she loved wrestling.
I call her my nanny. She's from Scioto County, so like a little south. She loved FX Channel, and my papa, we'd always watch bull riding on Wednesdays.
I love that.
So I got you.
My papa was real interesting. He did not like watching TV unless it was the news or like the like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, and he also liked
Some of the old people on Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
I love Wheel of Fortune on my
Religiously
own,
loves that.
but Price is Right was where it's at.
Yeah,
I
Price
took
is Right
my
is where
lunchtime with
it's
the
at.
babysitter. Give me that corn dog and Bob, and I'm good to go.
I think he should go on it because we will be checking out like at the grocery store or at Target, and he'll be like, I think it's gonna be about like 170.55, and then it'll be like 170.45, and I'm like, it's going to Price is Right.
Yeah, you could win a showcase. A
Can you-
cruise.
What?
Can you check the front pocket?
Yeah.
The zip one. I think I have like my turquoise squishy thing.
Turquoise, what do you think? I got you.
Yeah, my parents were like, sorry, to go back to Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. So like, my dad is like obnoxiously good at Jeopardy, and my mom is like obnoxiously good at Wheel of Fortune. So it's just like not fucking fun to watch.
That's fair.
Oh.
My papa only had a 6th grade education, and he killed it at Jeopardy, and I was just always like, bro.
Maybe that's where he continued his
It's just
education.
like
Yeah, he's-
studies the almanac
Yeah.
for funsies.
He's the one that taught me fractions. I did not understand fractions, and he just took me outside and was like, here, this is a ruler, this is how, and he like explained it, and I was like, oh. Damn.
Alright, we'll zoom in for the camera before I take a picture. So the sketch.
Oh, put your fingies on it.
Put my fingy.
Like, there we go. Yeah, we're gravy. Oh, put your fingies back. There we go.
Does it auto detect humans?
Yep.
Weird technology these days, right? So we're gonna do that, and then this is a special trick. I mean, I don't need the photo past what I'm doing, but this is another reason why I like this little guy. Which we need to get you one of these instead of pillows.
Hellos. That was nice. How do you say that?
Pillows? Did I say it like?
You're gonna be your iPad boy too?
Yeah.
Woo!
So I do this, and then it's propped up, and then I don't have to worry about blocking the light. And I just take my little picture, and then I put it in my program, and we'll go from there. We're switching. Switching.
Alright, so I want to know, when you showed up to those classes, was everybody wearing like cutoffs? Little.
No, if only. You never like. There was never really like a dress rehearsal or anything like that. Sometimes people would bring their new gear and figure out if they liked it or not. What else would happen? Most of the time, you're just kind of in, whatever you want to work out in. We were very fortunate to have at least a wrestling ring, but we didn't have any heating or cooling. There's one winter where my tag team partner Brandon, in his genius, in between practicing moves or whatever we were doing, like we do quick matches or we practice spots. Basically what wrestling's like when you're learning, you learn how to fall safely, take bumps, and then once you have those basics down, you learn how to run into the rope safely so it doesn't snap and you fall and break your neck. You learn a lot on how to not get hurt and pretending to get hurt while you're getting actually hurt.
Which is probably great because now you can go
Oh,
through life with
yep.
these skills and avoid all these near-death experiences.
Yeah, Sarah's been with me when I have fallen on my ass and I take a flat bump and nothing hurts.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm basically stuntman trained in a really strange way. Oh yeah. So we'll zip it up, zoop it up. Zip, zop, zooey.
Okay, Pierce.
I have a glove. External display manager.
Come to me, iPad. Come to me. Come to me.
Yeah.
The moon officially becomes new at 12:12 a.m.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
It's also my birthday. 12:12 is my birthday. I love it.
How dare you do the thing that you enjoy? I don't know anything about that. I'm not drawing a big spooky monster made of crow skulls. The double switcheroo? Ch. Late night Kelly visit? It's fine. Yeah. 2 hours is about the most I can do without going crazy. Huh? Would it be better if I was not in Standing Boy? Should I go?
I mean, it should be fine regardless. But now that I've switched them, now they're like,
You want me to go? Here, let me try it sideways. That might be better for you. I can work sideways. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. The Bullet Club is fine, guys. Bullet Club's fine. It is. So in Japanese wrestling, the white guy faction is called the Bullet Club because that's what Americans love, guns. Yeah. And the best part was when they have Japanese members join it, they suddenly forget how to speak Japanese sometimes. There's this wrestler I love a whole lot. He's probably the best in the world. I will fight anyone with it. His name's Kenny Omega. And instead of going the WWF route or WWE route, he went to Japan. He loved the culture. He's a big nerd. Learned Japanese, and then when he joined the Bullet Club, all of a sudden everyone loved Kenny Omega over there. He just stopped speaking Japanese, and it was like best way to be a bad guy is understanding what people don't like where you're at, and that's.
So did they know that you spoke Japanese?
Yeah. They knew that. They knew that he was just completely messing with them, and I love it.
Because that would be smart if you knew
Yep.
what they were saying, because they were giving it away.
Yep.
But not, he didn't understand.
No, he did.
He was like,
It was good stuff. But yeah. I watch more Japanese wrestling these days. Let's see. Yeah, I'm horizontal now. Do you want me? Oh, hold on. Let me see if I gotta do something for me. Dock connector.
I mean, it came through, but I switched the adapters and now.
Yeah, because the studio mode isn't popping up. Alright, plugged it in. Alright, stage manager.